What is going on, everybody? We are back with another video. Today's video is just going to be part of a few-part video that I'll be putting out over the next few days, just explaining certain parts of the creation menu. One of my buddies, he's been having some issues with a few things, just understanding it. I mean, it's, understandable. There's, like I've said in the last video, there's no walkthrough, there's no guide, there's no, hey, you do this to do that. It's, you pretty much just got to figure this shit out, trial and error. So today, I'm just going to be going over adding loot to your custom monsters, and I guess we could kind of walk through, just making a custom monster too. It's pretty simple stuff. I'll probably just pull up one of my older monsters to show, for example, but let's jump into it. So, when you guys are wanting to make a monster, you come down into your unit library, you'll come down to monster, you'll click the monster tab, the top tab, sorry. The bottom one, I believe, is to just spawn in the codes that you have already, like the admin codes for monster spawns in the game. I added like an Avenger and whatnot. We'll see if that actually works. So, you can see I've got some monsters made already, and just so the video isn't a ridiculous amount of time, I'm just going to show what I did on one of my monsters. So, you're going to go in, you're going to set up your monster, your settings, the defense, the body defense, the HP, etc. Refresh times. To enter a drop into the monster, so it drops loot, alright, is the very bottom tab right here where it says drop pack ID. That's where you're going to put your drop pack ID that you make. Okay? Pretty simple. You don't have to do this when you make your monster. You can come back and put a drop pack in later if you want. If you just want to make the stuff and then move on to like drop packs later, whatever you want to do basically. So that's where you'll put your drop pack. Now, drop packs are a little confusing, okay? You'll notice in here that a lot of the names are doubled, and there's a reason. So you have to make a random drop pack ID first. The random drop pack contains random items. It will drop one random item out of all of the items that you input into that drop. Alright, so just for example, let's just pull up one of these. Alright, all of these numbers, the item ID is what the item is that it's going to have a chance of dropping, okay? And then the amount, and then the odds. So the odds, that number, that final amount has to add up to 10,000 through this entire thing, okay? You don't have to fill all the slots in. If you want to, you can. If you're just trying to make a more simplified type of random drop, it is what it is. It's your server. You guys set it up how you guys want to. I'm not trying to put a bunch into a random drop just yet. I'm still in my testing phase, so I'm just doing some things to get more stuff into my server and give more things to do. But that's the gist of what you need to do here, okay? You're going to input your item IDs, the item amount, and then the odds. Those numbers need to add up to 10,000. So if you look through here, I've just got different odds here, and what that is that's how often or how not often, the item is going to drop. So the higher the number, the more likely that item is going to drop, okay? The lower that number, the less likely, so the more rare that item drop will become in that drop, okay? So after you've made your random drop pack, you'll save it, and then you'll come back, to your drop screen, and then you're going to make, a normal drop pack. You're not going to change this one around. You're just going to make a normal drop pack now. And then after you've done that, let's see, let's just pull this one open here. So you'll see random drop pack ID under drop pack ID. That's where you're going to put your random drop pack you just made. You're going to put that ID into that slot. You cannot save this unless you put a random drop pack ID into that slot. All right. And then the rest of these tabs in here, those are items that are always going to drop. There is no odds for these. Anything you fill into these boxes and the amount that you put in is always going to drop every single time that that monster gets killed. So you're going to want to put common items into that, you know, the things you can pretty much find everywhere on the map. I mean, you can switch it up to your liking. I like to do, you know, steel bars, and then some other different items that'll help with building things and crafting or whatever, right? So basically the random drop packs, that's where like the banging stuff is gonna come from, like the top-notch badass gear that you make or badass weapons that you make. That's where you want to put those. You want to put those in your random drop pack because you don't always want that to drop. You don't want every single person in the server to be able to easily obtain this, okay, right? I mean, I'm not trying to say you don't want people to get these, but you don't want everyone to have it. You know, that kind of eliminates a rare item, or if you want to call it a mythic item, or what, it just kind of eliminates the whole point of that. You know, if it's a rare item, not everybody should be easily getting these things. You know, there are going to be some people that got the grind down and they're getting shit hella fast, but not everybody should be getting these. So hopefully you guys you understand what I'm trying to say there. When you set up that random drop pack, you know, that's where your good stuff is, like C4 and, you know, HE rockets, maybe even a bazooka, or the grenade launcher, or, you know, maybe your custom weapons that you've built that have a little bit stronger damage and higher durability and maybe a higher mag capacity, right? Those are what you want to put into the random drop pack. That way it's people gotta grind more, and, you know, it's not gonna be as populated of an item on your map, right? So hopefully this kind of clears the air, right? So after you've done all of this and you have the now drop pack ID, that's the ID you want to keep written down. I mean, you're gonna want to write them both down like I do. I separate them both, you know, between the class, you know, a regular drop pack and then a random drop pack. Put the ID under each, you know, box where it belongs, and then no confusion, right? But you're gonna take that drop pack ID, you're gonna come back to your monster that you want to apply said drop pack ID to, okay? And you're gonna scroll all the way down, and then you're gonna type on that bottom box right now, and you're gonna input that drop pack ID. And once you're done, you know, you're gonna save and return, and bada bing, bada boom, you just made your shit boom, right? So there you go. Hopefully you guys understand that. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible for you guys, like, to understand. You know, I figured all this stuff out pretty quick. It's pretty easy. Once you have the concept down, dude, you're gonna be flying through making stuff, you know, and there's gonna be really, you know, no hiccups along the way. You're just gonna be getting shit done and into your server's, you know, database, I guess you can call it, right? So anyway, that is today's video. Tomorrow I will probably cover, you know, setting up the incidences, right? A more in-depth analysis of that. I mean, it's very simple to begin with, but you can also put drop packs into an incident. So, I mean, it let me. I don't know for sure. We're gonna find out when the server resets, but I'm still gonna cover that tomorrow. And yeah, so that's the video. I hope this helped. If it did, be sure to drop me a like, comment, and subscribe for more future content. And as always, you all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and you watch out for that beer virus out there, y'all. Be safe. Peace.